Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today, I'm in Indianapolis. Eventually, I'll be able to say that. But we are at PRI. This is the first time I have ever attended PRI. We're here before the doors open to the public, and all I gotta say is, wow, this is incredible. So now that the event is open to the public, it is packed out like crazy. It's actually a little hard to move around now, but still way less foot traffic than SEMA. But let's go around and let's have a look at some of my favorite builds or just interesting things that we find. I always love coming to these kinds of events because it gives me inspiration and starts like kind of getting my cogs going as to what kind of new builds and things like that I want to do in Japan that's something different. There is a ton of drag stuff here, which is something that I don't normally get to see a lot of in Japan, but dang, some crazy 2JZ stuff going on here. It's beautiful, big turbo. Love looking at this stuff up close. And this GT car, Mercedes V12. This thing must sound insane. And the supercharger is straight off the crank pulley. Very cool. What's even cooler though is this thing somehow is street registered. I don't know how that happened. Florida? Okay, yeah, Florida makes sense. You can register anything in Florida. But this thing is wild. And I'm pretty sure this is a Hilux. It's probably my favorite, one of my favorite cars here. Oh, hi, it's the Motive Video guy. 2JZ, absolutely insanely cool. Nice big Garrett, love to see it. Of course, we are at the Vibrant booth, but what I love about this is all the PRP goodies on this thing. Very nice. Of course, there's some Honda stuff. Speaking of Honda stuff, I will be uploading an update video on Sid the CD Civic onto the SAMMIT Raw YouTube channel. So make sure you check that out. Make sure you subscribe to that channel. We'll have that soon, but we definitely need some more Honda stuff on the channel. The Super Tech booth is here, and Taguchi's FD car. I've never actually seen this up close, so it's really cool to see the VR. I think it's a VR38. Very nice. A lot going on in there. It's cool. I wonder where Taguchi is. I wonder if he's here at the event. There's definitely a lot of truck stuff here too. It's really cool to see some of the insane engine builds going into the monster trucks. Another FD car here on display. Nice 2JZ E46. It's cool seeing this thing drive this year. Oh, looks like he's running a G-Force. Love that. Link as well. Favorite ECU. Electronic throttle body, all the good stuff. Wow. Something that I've actually been wanting to do is get the Rad Dan. I can't think of it right now, but the rear mount radiator water pipe setup for the JZ. On my FD car, we don't actually run an electric water pump. We still use the stock water pump on the front. So it'd be cool to kind of switch to that setup from that Rad Dan cells for the JZ and have an electric water pump in the back where the radiator is. Despite all the V8 stuff, there's still a lot of 2JZ stuff here. Just notice that's a bunch of Rad Dan parts on there too. If you're a detailer, I guess your job is at risk. Robots can do just about anything these days. We're currently at the Garrett booth, and I really want to check out this. This little box here with this little wiring harness connects to a speed sensor to the turbo, to your car and a few other things, and then you get this app, which allows you to monitor everything. Not only can you monitor it live, but it also has a data logger. So you can go do a couple pulls, drive it on the street or whatever, and then you can open your phone later and go through the logs. Now what's really cool about this is you can find out if your turbo is overspinning and if it's at danger of damaging itself and blowing up. And generally you see that happen when you've got too much of a small turbo for the power that you're trying to chase. Because the best things about the G series is they do just keep spinning to the moon. But what you got to be really careful of is if they overspin and over rotate, it can cause damage to themselves with back pressure issues and all that type of stuff. So it's really cool to monitor that. Great for tuners, great for just enthusiasts like you and me, trying to figure out if you need a bigger turbo and all that type of stuff. Definitely something I want to get my hands on very, very soon. But yeah, really cool. Wirelessly to the phone, and what's even cooler is the data logging features. You can go drive the car and check the logs later on and see if everything's all good. See, stuff like this is absolutely wild to me. Whew. That is one big supercharger. I guess if you're watching my channel and you're American, you're used to seeing all this kind of stuff, maybe it's not interesting to you. But for me, this is super interesting because all I see is Japanese stuff all the time living in Japan, right? And it's just cool to see this stuff. That's crazy. The supercharger has like another thing that goes to a mechanical fuel pump down there. It's awesome. I wonder what kind of power this thing would be queued up for. It has to be over 1,000. But also it blows my mind that if you're making that kind of power but you don't have an intercooler, it's just like a straight pipe. Maybe it's just for display purposes, but you'd think there'd be an intercooler or something on that. Oh wow, it doesn't use a timing chain, it uses a belt. That's cool. I don't know, but is it weird that I don't even know what V8 that is? It's definitely not an LS, I know that much, but yeah, I don't know. Let me know in the comment section, I kind of want to know. We're now at the PRP booth. Check out this thing, already themed PRP engine. Incredible. Last time we saw this diff housing, they were just starting to machine this out at the PRP factory in Australia when we were there visiting. They got a barrel on display. Crazy how cool these covers are that they make. Their dry sump setup. Look at this thing. Nice Jay-Z setup. Very cool. 4G63. But the coolest thing is this head. This is the very first, I guess like kind of a third-party produced production cast aluminum head. And PRP's the first ones to do it. Very, very cool. Everything's been kind of revisited and redesigned so that they can, one, produce more power without cracking and all that kind of stuff, but also they're setting it up so you can have VCT on both intake and exhaust. And a really good way to see the differences is this is a 3D printed of how big they could port the stock OEM heads. And then this is now what they can do with their new heads. Way more air. These things are going to be insane. They're predicting that they'll be able to go to 5,000 horsepower with these heads, which is incredible. Whole new, obviously, new different camshafts and all that kind of stuff to support the VCT on both sides. Springs, retainers, all that kind of stuff, and obviously a shim bucket kind of design. Very, very, very cool. Completely re-engineered by the guys at PRP. Very cool. And of course, mate this up with their blocks. So they have kind of like their sample concept thing down there. It's going to be insane. Can't wait to see a 5,000 horsepower RB and also hear what that sounds like, because that's going to be nuts. Guys from Artec are also here. Something that's really cool is their RB26 intake manifold design here. You can see that's made with this clear plastic. It gives me old Nismo GT race car vibes. Very cool. Can't wait to see what that's going to look like. Probably in carbon fiber or aluminum, not sure yet, or cast, I don't know. Ben, is this going to be a carbon fiber intake manifold? Yeah, carbon. Carbon? Probably about 3 years. Is it going to be any other material or just carbon? Just carbon. There'll be all different carbon Kevlar, 12K, 3K. Fantastic. That's great. Man, that's so cool. Also set up so that you can have extra injectors in here too. It's a big deal. Definitely a very unique design. Love it. I had to make sure I showed you guys the front view of this barrel. Look at this turbo. So wild, all the colors. PRP's always been good at that. But you know what? I just realized there's nothing here SAMMIT pink. I need to talk to Herman about that. Some Mustangs. Oh my gosh, I just noticed there's a huge turbo in the front there. Wow. Oh my gosh. Oh wow. Look at these. I guess to try and hold that on there so it doesn't blow off. That's crazy cool. Oh, I love the exhaust. That's sick. Like flame kind of cut out of it. That's great. Gotta be a big turbo in the front there too, yeah. Jeez, is that like a 6-inch exhaust coming off it? Where is it? There she is. That's so wild. Big boy. The Ross Racing Pistons booth. And I just cannot believe how big some of these pistons are. It's absolutely insane. What kind of engines are these going in? It's like the size of 2 RB pistons or 2 SR pistons connected together. It's massive. This is probably the biggest one they have here. Gosh, look at these. High Corbene, for sure. So this is probably the craziest 35 GDR I've ever seen.
This one at TX2K.
This one?
One TX2K.
Texas 2K.
Yep.
So pretty, the billet intake manifolds. They go into the firewall?
Yeah. Look at the throttle.
Oh my gosh.
It's a bar.
Oh yeah, it's like a mechanically linked throttle body.
Yeah, look at the. I think that's.
Oh my gosh. The intercooler's in the passenger seat, guys. You know it's a serious car when that happens. The nitrous gauge. The flip. This is insane.
This was built at the shop Houston. They're like a big GTR shop down in Texas.
Oh, by the way, hi Trevor.
Hey, how you doing?
How you doing? And Charles.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm good.
This thing is really quick, very fast.
Very fast?
Very fast.
Oh, it looks slow. Sorry.
No.
This is awesome. My gosh. Big boy tires too. Oh my gosh. The drag wing's nice too. I like that it's carbon. Yeah, that's cool. The driver's door's off it right now. This thing is insane. For a car that's been stripped so bare for weight reduction, there's so much in here. Oh my gosh. Jeez. Look at this little port here for the Motec. That's crazy cool. Dang. All the titanium too. I can't get over those billet intake manifolds. They're beautiful. This is also crazy to me. Rod base, like a solid rod for a throttle. I guess that makes sense though, because you don't want to have any issues with any cable breaking or anything like that. Jeez. Very cool. Very cool car. So it's closing time now and it's like empty again. Everything's all covered. Everyone's going home.
Godzilla. No.
Megazilla, my guy.
Right there. I have one of these in my S550 Mustang.
Do you? Is that what came in these things?
No.
Like,
no, they came with a 5-liter V8 like the Coyote or a 2.3 EcoBoost, but this is the 7.3-liter V8 that comes in the 2022 F250, the Super Duty trucks. And so this is what replaced the V10. So big displacement, lots of torque. They put them in vans.
So is it just like an LS on drugs?
It's like exactly. Because it's push rod engine. It literally looks like an LS.
Push rod engine, what does that mean? Like for the valve?
So the cams are, there's a single.
Oh, the cam's in the single, yeah.
And it goes like that. Instead of having like the dual overhead cam with the 2 chains.
Okay, yeah.
All the chains. So that's Coyote, well, GT500, but dual overhead cam, push rod, single cam, basically an LS, but Ford, which an LS is basically.
But if it's a single cam in the middle, you can't have any kind of like variable cam timing, right?
No, you can.
Really?
They actually do. They have a variable cam in there.
Yeah, but you can't rotate the exhaust and the intake separately. Independently, yeah.
Well, it just does it all. So
it does it all?
Advances or. I don't know, but look at that. 615 horse and 640 torque.
So you just toss a turbo on there and you make...
At only 5,800 RPM, jeez.
I think that's actually the max. I think
You can't rev it higher than that?
No, I think you could only rev it to. I mean, it's a 7.3. It's freaking big.
Jeez.
Big
That pulley is kind of wild looking. All right, well there you go. Ford's doing things. That does look like kind of an LS though, in my opinion.
I mean, that's pretty much what it is. But the crazy thing is the LS pretty much looked like a small block Ford from back in the day, which was like that.
Yeah.
You know, so like this.
So this is a small block Ford.
Small block Ford, yeah. So this is in like.
So all I needed was some American to explain these engines to me.
And I don't know them that well, but you know, like if you ever hear of like a Ford 302 or something like way back in the day, or like a 351, like that is what it is. It has a single cam, push rods.
There you go. Simple. It works. If it don't break, don't fix it.
Well, they did. They changed it. They went all overhead cam, and then they went back to this for certain.
Oh, wait. So this is a new engine.
Brand new. Yeah, they just came out in 2020.
Wow.
Yeah.
So they went to that and then went back to this.
Well, all of their performance engines are that, but like the truck engine, instead of it being a V8 or being like a 6.2 liter version of that, then now they have this, which is just a big cast iron thing with push rods. It's reliable. It makes torque and
Big boy.
There you go.
that's it.
Wait, so a cast iron block, not aluminum. Interesting.
I want a turbo.
There you go. You want to turbo it?
You want a turbo one?
So do I.
Let's do it. So we're trying to head to the stadium now to play on some sims. But this is probably the mother of all blocks. I've never seen anything this big in my life. I think this is where the camshaft goes down the side here.
Oh my god, it is.
This is insane. Look at the size of these. Like hang on. Let me give this to Charles.
Yeah.
Look at this compared to me.
I mean, you could probably lay across the top of that.
Dude, I don't even know what car you could fit this in. This definitely isn't going in an S15 or a Skyline. But could you imagine how much boost this block could handle? Dude, these pistons are like, I don't even know. They're like definitely like 180, maybe 200 mil. Jesus.
Crazy.
This is crazy cool. I really want to know what block this is. Is that a Cummins? Is this how beefy Cummins are?
It might be a Caterpillar, honestly.
Caterpillar, yeah. It's got to be something diesel, right?
Like some tractor or something.
Yeah, it's definitely got to be like a boat engine or something. Wait, what? Hang on, this engine stand is $23,900.
This stand. Oh, it looks like.
Oh, it's motorized,
Yeah.
so it's yeah. All right, well
So you
that's kind of
rotate
cool. You
it.
can rotate it, yeah. Comes with a picture of a gun and a American flag thing. America, baby. America.